I'm not trying to blow this thing up, just so that you guys know. That's not the goal here, but I'm very aware of the fact that we might sling a rod, split the block. Something's probably going to happen. As you can see, we have our supercharger for the Carbon Fox. We had planned on waiting on this till later on in the year, but no better time than the present, right? I'm not going to tell you exactly what we got yet. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. We'll open the big box first. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. This particular setup came from Anderson Ford Motorsport. So if you don't know, they sell vortech stuff, and they've got a lot to choose from. So we went a little big on this one, I'll go ahead and tell you. Here we go. But before we do that, no, I'm just kidding. This particular kit comes with its own like proprietary piping. So this is pretty large piping, guys. This is basically the size of a power pipe, essentially. I'll go ahead and get all this stuff set off to the side. You don't really care about the piping, I know. More piping. Ooh, this is going to be a hell of an install right here. Honestly, don't know what. Oh yeah, dude, that's the pulley. So this is a 10 rib system, guys, right here. I'll run out of room on the table. So here's the brackets. As you can see, these are some pretty hefty brackets. Guys, these are the Renegade brackets right here. So that tells you that we're not playing around. And yeah, this thing's gonna make some power. So, oh yeah. So let's go ahead and look at this. There you go. And down here we have just more hoses. That's for when you cut the hole out so that you can fit the pipe in it. Guys, just hose clamps. I want to show you everything that's in here because this is a complete kit. No clue what that is. And you do have to tap into the oil pan for this one. So some silicone couplers. These things come in handy because it'll help you adapt down to whatever size you need to. So I've actually used these on a lot of other things. Good to have around the shop, I can promise you. More brackets. Crossover tube for your coolant. And all of our paperwork down here. Let's go ahead and get this big box out of the way. And this should be what we're looking for right here. You guys probably already know what it is. I'm sure I'll more than likely put it in the thumbnail, but here we go. You ready? Baby, you ready? Yes, sir. Look at that beast. That, my friends, is a T-trim supercharger from vortech. As you can see, V1 Ti. Now, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room here, guys. This is really way too much blower for this stock car, or I say stock, for the engine that's in the Carbon Fox. This is a lot of blower. It comes, like with the pulley that comes on this thing, it's pulley for like 14 pounds. So I did order a separate pulley as well. But guys, this is just a freaking thing of beauty. Look at that. We opted to go with the polished kit this time. Anyway, that's that. And there you go. Anderson Ford Motorsport. As you all know, we do work with them. Now, just for the record, I did buy this supercharger kit. I got a brake on it, okay? So they cut me a little bit of a brake, but I did buy this. And I can promise you that it was not cheap still, okay? This is a very expensive venture right here. But I think it'll be worth it on the channel. And, you know, I really got high hopes for the Carbon Fox. Got to evolve. Guys, this is going to take forever to install. Here's our other pulley. So, I want to show you guys something. look at the size of this pulley. This is what it takes for this thing to make 10 to 12 pounds of boost. That size of a pulley. So that shows you right there that this thing is going to make power when you have to have a pulley that big for 12 pounds. Getting sidetracked here. Okay. Here we have our new fuel injectors. So these are our 80-pound fuel injectors here. These are Siemens Deca. No need to take those out, but they are 80-pound injectors, and that should be fine right here. Okay. Here is our UPR idler. So you have to have that because of the way everything is relocated. So that's a really nice piece right there and easy to install. Alright. And in here, this is our Mr. Freeze kit. This thing is freaking awesome. So if you guys don't know, this is a meth injection kit, right? So this is gonna, here's your little spray nozzle. Now I don't know a lot about these. Obviously I know what it is, but I don't know that much about it. This will just help us keep everything really cool, keep those IATs down, and we'll be able to turn the timing up and make some more power. But this thing's gonna mount somewhere over there around where the charcoal canister mounted. Okay, and in this box is our Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. Guys, if you don't know this already, you can't run just any regulator on a boosted car. You need to run one that senses boost. That way it can up the fuel pressure. This Aeromotive does just that. Now typically I do not opt for the expensive Aeromotive. They didn't have the Carbon in stock, which is what I normally run, so we went with the Aeromotive. I recommend the Carbon. You don't have to go with the Aeromotive. They're not cheap, I will tell you that. But it's what you gotta have, though. You gotta have something. All right, and our last box, guys. This is starting to get scary here. This is reminiscent of the turbo build for the Calypso. Whenever I was unboxing all that stuff, I remember looking at Andrew like, "Oh my God, what have we gotten into?" And I probably just cut my filter. There's my air filter. So that's what'll go up in the fender well. That's a lot of supercharger for this type of build. Normally you would want to put something like that on a dark block, you know, maybe a 351 Windsor, something along those lines. But I mean, people put them on stock blocks all the time. Don't get me wrong, but here's the deal. This thing, there's nothing special about this engine. It's a little 306. It's got stock rods and some aftermarket pistons. Compression is, if I had to take a guess, probably around 10 to 1, close to 10 to 1. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. These are Canfield 192cc heads, and they've been decked 40 thousandths. They've been shaved 40 thousandths. Has a Holley Systemax intake on it, and has an Anderson N412 camshaft. Obviously, it's going to have 80-pound injectors. It's got a 75mm AccuFab throttle body on it. Transmission-wise, this car has an AOD case with 4R70W internals in it. This thing has been built pretty tough. It should handle the horsepower that this stock block can. At least that's what we hope. So what are the goals for this car? Why do we buy such a big blower? Honestly, at some point, I would like to go to a 351 Windsor. And if you guys don't know, they are currently building Renegade Brackets for a 351 swap. Okay, so this is going to be a thing at some point. So we have an SI on the Retro Fox, and I wanted to go different. So this is the T-trim, obviously. It's going to be capable of making a lot more power. Since this car has a build automatic and it seems to work really good, I figured why not push the envelope on the stock bottom end and let's see what we can do. I'm not trying to blow this thing up, just so that you guys know that's not the goal here, but I'm very aware of the fact that we might sling a rod, split the block. Something's probably going to happen not good. I figure we'll see probably 14 pounds of boost on this thing, and you know, in reality it should live with that. But here's the problem. It's got mismatched rods in it. It was something that I threw together, and I'm completely unsure if this thing's going to hold up. I just want you all to know that. I've had a lot of people say, hey man, you said you were going to keep this car like streetable and like stock. Yeah, I did say that, and we kind of ventured outside of that. It's still going to be as streetable as it is right now. This supercharger is not going to make this car unstreetable, right? I'm going to be able to get in this thing and go wherever I want to go, just like I do right now, just with more power. That's the goal. Now, how long that lasts, I don't know, guys. I just want to have a fun car. I want a built automatic car that's got some good power and that we can enjoy. I know you guys are waiting on the Calypso to get to the track, so I know that question's going to come up, like, why are you doing all this when you have the Calypso over there and you promised us you were going to take it to the track? So we do have some things coming for the Calypso. Just so you guys know, there's some things on the way in the mix right now for that car. With that being said, though, that car's still not going to be at the track probably this year. More than likely, it'll be spring of next year. We'll get that thing out, and I should be ready by then. We got to do fuel system upgrades. We got to do some clutch stuff. We got to do a rear end fix, like with a locker. That's a lot of money. Oh yeah, and we have to upgrade the turbo if we really want to try to go fast. That little 70 millimeter, not going to cut it. So still a lot of money to be spent on that car, but at the moment, this is where it's at. Like, I really want to do this car. So the Retro Fox is running phenomenal. So I drive this car all the time. I drive it to work. I drive it back and forth to the store. I stay in this thing, and I absolutely love it. My issue with racing this car is we're going to bust that stock T5. It's going to happen, but it is what it is. We will get this thing to the track at some point. And the Calypso's down here looking sexy. She does look good, though. I'm not going to lie. Just, yeah, we got to do some more work. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Stay tuned. We'll get everything out of the boxes. We'll really look at it. We'll talk about it, and we will start this install probably in the next week or so. Catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.